All right, we're going to do something a little different today. I'm not out on the golf course. It's a cloudy day. It's very windy, so not going to be out there. But what I wanted to talk about today was shot tracers. So uh, I get asked that question every once in a while in some of my videos, and I see that on TikTok. A lot of times people ask, what shot tracer do you use, or how do you use it, or where does it come from? Well, the simple answer to that is they make an app for that. So you can go to, on your phone, you can go to the Apple App Store or the Google App Store. I have a Samsung, so it's Android. So I got one for Android, but they also have the Apple version. They're both paid apps. I think you can get a free version, but I think both of them are, one of them is a monthly subscription or something, or you can pay a certain amount and it's, all the updates are included forever or whatever. I don't know exactly how. I know I paid something for it, but they also have a PC version and a Mac version. That's a subscription, like a yearly, monthly, 6 months or whatever. But on my computer, it's not that great because my computer's a little slow. It's old, so I can't use those. So I use the one on the phone, and it's actually pretty easy to use, a lot easier than the one on the computer for me. So I'm going to show you that right now. I'm going to pause this video right here. I've got screen recorder going so I can show you. I'm going to pause it, and then I'll bring up the App Store and show you what it looks like. Now, I'm in Google Play, and like I said, I have a Samsung, so it's Android. So if you just search shot tracer, and of course you can already see it, and he says golf pro, shot tracer app, all those work. So I'm going to just do pro just for the heck of it. Well, it only brings up one available to download. There's not any other ones. I think on iPhone there's some different apps that you can try. I think also Top Golf, Top Tracer, or whatever it is. So that this is what's available on my Android. It may be different on other Android operating systems, but this is what's available. So it says shot tracer, and it has a little ball flying through the air, I think. But that's what it looks like in the back end of it right there. So anyway, you download that, and let me pause this again, and I'll bring it up. Okay, so here's the interface, what it looks like in the front. You have on the left side, there's a button that looks like a camera. You can do a live shot tracer. So if you're out on the golf course, you can record it and edit it right there. Or you can bring one up from your gallery, and that's the button on the right. There's also the settings button. At the top, you have line, your swing. There's different things for different stuff, but we're just going to do a plain Jane shot tracer. So we're going to go to my gallery, hit the plus sign, and find all right, here's the good one right here. Click done to add it, and we have it set up in the viewer. Now, I apologize, the view isn't great from a phone on video record. I don't think it'll turn sideways. Nope, it doesn't rotate. So once we have one loaded, now you may want to trim down to the shot. If you're recording your golf, you trim down to your specific shots. Most phones have an editor you can do that with. You can also use InShot or whatever your favorite editor is, and you can find those through the App Store. And so we're going to click the gear button that's right there in the middle, and it's going to load your shot to the impact frame. Now you can tell that's not really impact, that's past it, but you can move they have these little on the adjustments right here, these fast forward, rewind, I call them frame adjustment. So you can advance the frame or take it back or whatever, but you can move it to where more precise impact. But we're just gonna go with a plain, just look, we don't, it's fine, whatever. You don't have to be perfect on there, it'll pick it up. So usually. But anyway, once we find the impact position, you can also move the slider at the bottom. There's a little slider. I don't need that. It's found it, but you can move it around and find it. Sometimes it's a little harder to do that. But we're going to click Next and see what it shows. It's going to find the ball flight in the air, hopefully. May take a minute or two. And there we go. So right off the bat, it shows my shot. And it's pretty close. Only thing is I hit a draw, not blocked out to the right. But I'm going to show you how to fix that. So you have selections too right here. It says A, B, C, D, or E. And it'll sometimes put a different one on these. But a lot of times the first one's the best one. So that one's way off. And we'll check out C here. Now that one's off, and it doesn't give me a D and E. And there's also manual, but we liked A, so and I can show you how to do manual here in a little bit. So once we picked the one we want, we click Next, and we're gonna fix this to be a draw because that's what I hit here. So you'll look on this right here, and you have on the left side you have a slider that adjusts the distance. So if I thought I hit it further up here, I could move it, or closer to this, to the drainage here, whatever, And then the height. So the height that it went, I can go higher. A lot of times what that does is it puts it higher up in the air. So if I hit a long, but that one's messed up right there. So we can put it back. So it changes the line height. It also adds curve. Sometimes to it. So also over here in the left corner is a lock, and on some things, and I'll show you that in just a minute. So you also have a expansion button on the right corner, and I'll circle all these in the video, of course. So we're going to have to expand it because I want to get closer to this to see where, make sure my line is correct, and we'll do that. And you'll notice there's a little fingerprint on this. And you can use that to move where the landing is. Now see, I'm moving it to where I actually hit the ball, where I think it landed, right in there. And you can also check your ball flight. You can see the ball moving up. And so right there, it's gone too far. I can't see it any longer, but I know what the shot shape was. And like I said, if I need to adjust it a little higher, I can make it higher. I can make it lower. All right. And then I can also adjust, well, where the ball landed. So right there. But over here in the left corner, you have a lock, and you can unlock that. Sometimes the curve is too much. And look at there. So it straightened it up. But it's actually, that's the way my shot shape was. So we're going to leave it. But unlock kind of changes, and you can adjust from there. Down at the very bottom, you have the frame adjustment. And you can move those back and forward to find the ball flight. So you can click on those. I'm using the forward one right now and advancing it. Or you can go back and watch. You can watch your swing, how you swing and everything with this thing too. So if I want to go all the way. So anyway, but I'm pretty satisfied. Well, actually, it's a little further back. It's about 240, 230 around in there. I didn't hit it really far. But anyway, so now I'm satisfied with what I've got right here. So I'm going to descale, make it smaller, whatever. Hit the little window button. And there we have it. So that's the shot shape that I have. So we're going to click Next on the Edit Trajectory. I can't say that word. Anyway, here you can add effects. Now on iPhone, I think there's a lot more to choose from. some neater stuff, some rockets and everything. This one has a rocket. But here you can change the line color. Let's see. That's really dark. So I want a brighter. See if I can find. Ooh, red. Bright red. So you can change that. And then you can also make the line skinnier. You can make it fatter. All right. And right now I have fly out line. You can turn that off and make it a continuous line. Right there. You can do a laser. You can even set a target. So say you want to watch where it's supposed to end up. Excuse me. Where it's supposed to end up. You can move that around. I don't really need to. So we can turn that off. And then I'm going to switch back to fly out line. You can also do the distance. So I have a guy I follow. He's a professional golfer. He's a teacher, instructor. And he's right-handed. His name is Michael Ferrier Twist, and he likes to post these ungodly long drives. Let's say he does 450 yards, and you can do that and watch it total. Now, my actual distance was probably about 230, 240, somewhere in there, but he does this and he posts it. It's funny because you get some comments, and he's just doing it as a joke, but I hate to give that away, but anyway, it's funny. I like watching it. But so I'm going to turn off the distance, and I'm going to do a fly out line. You can also do smoke when you hit the ball. I don't want that one. You can also, let's say you just want it for fun. You don't really care where the ball went. You hit it way offline. You put a rocket. And also there's the COVID-19 virus. You can explode. My favorite is explosion. It doesn't have any sound effects. Used to have a UFO that you shoot down, and it had some sound effects with it, but it doesn't anymore. Doesn't have that. Not on this version. It might have it on the iPhone, but not on this version on my Android. You can also do the splash where maybe it went in the water or something, and you want to show that. But I like what I have here. I'm going to do the explosion. All right, and then we're going to save it. And there we go. We've got a shot trace. So that's how you do that. Now, there's some situations sometimes, and I'm not going to play it. I'm just going to do that, where you have a shot trace that didn't work very well. So let's go do that. And let's say it's not at all what it is. So I'm going to so A, B, and C was terrible. So now I want to do a manual. So let's do manual. We go to next, and then you can do, it says launch and landing, full swing, pitch, chip. So you can change those to whatever it is. And for my experience, the pitch and chip doesn't work very good. So I just leave it at line at full swing, but you can do that if you want. Anyway, so I'm going to expand it right here with this little window button, and we're going to turn the view. And what you do, you see the little fingerprints right there, is you can move it. Now, on the very first of the start line, you don't have a way to trace the ball. It just shows it flying in the air. And I'm going to find where I hit the tee off the ground. Okay, and then I'm going to use the top. Sometimes you got to move it around, play with it to get it correct. So we're going to do that. We're going to see the little target, red target. You have a starting one and then a finishing one. So you can match where that ball is in the air and find it right there. So see if you can see that again. See the little red target and then the little red target right in there. So that's pretty close. All right. So it's flying in the air. So now we're going to change the window again to the regular view on the app. And then we have landing. So now I know it didn't go that high and it's not way over to the right. I hit a draw. So, but you could leave it if you wanted to. So we're going to do landing, and then we're going to hit the expand button over in the right corner, and I'm going to move it to where I think my shot landed. So this is about where it landed. Now, I didn't hit the shot shape, but you can watch the ball if I do the frame buttons, and you can see hit follow. Now I lose it because it's too far away, but I know it didn't do that weird loop. But over in the left corner, there's this button, that lock button. I think I talked about it already. And you can push on it, and it straightens it out. So now you might need to adjust it manually to get this right. But so we're going to move it back with the frame adjustment. We're going to follow the ball. So you can see there that it's far off. So let's put it back. And then we're going to do... we're going to hit the window expand button to go down to regular view, and we need to go to the launch, and this is where it gets a little bit more difficult. You have to move it around a lot. So we're going to expand the view again and bring that back down where the ball flight is. Okay, now that we have it unlocked, I can get closer to where the ball's at, and then go a little bit past so we get closer. And then go back to regular view, do the landing, and then now I'm going to move that more about where it landed. Now let's see how far off we are with the ball flight. Okay, so you notice a little different than what I had on the automatic trace, but it's pretty close. Now if I wanted to move that down a little bit more, I could change it. So let's put more of a landing in the right spot. Now, if I hit the lock, it changes it to that weird looking. All right, so that's about right. It's pretty close. It's not perfectly accurate, but it's pretty close. So the actual one that the app found was better than this one. But if you have to manually do it, you can play around with it. And we're going to go back to the regular view. So once we're satisfied, we have it, and we've checked, we've selected our shop type, and then we click next. Then it'll continue, and then like in before, you can add effects if you want to, change the distance or whatever, like we already did. 500 yards. I want to note that if you have the fly out things selected, it will not do the advance where it shows the number scrolling through to the landing. So if you put that on there, it doesn't. It only puts it at the end. So just a little note that shows it at the end. So we can turn off that. I like the fly out and explosion. I think I've already said that. So anyway, we're going to save it. It takes a little bit to explore it. And it also depends on the video quality. So people walking in front of there. So that's it. That's how you do Shot Tracer. That's where you find it in the App Store. That's where it comes from. Like I said, this is the cheaper option than what they have available for the PC and Macintosh. And that's all I got for now. So thanks for watching. We'll see you later. Bye.